The girl who fell from the stars. The night that changed everything. The wind blew gently across the empty desert road outside Nevada. Ethan Parker walked alone, hands stuffed in his jacket pockets, boots crunching against the gravel. It had been another long shift at the gas station on the edge of town. The night sky stretched endlessly, full of stars. Ethan often stared at them, wondering if anyone out there was staring back. He liked the silence. He didn't know yet. Silence was about to end forever. A flash split the darkness. Not a plane, not a shooting star. It was blue, burning like a comet, and it was falling fast. Ethan stopped walking. The glowing streak curved down, lighting up the desert for miles, before disappearing behind the hills with a deep rumble. A warm wind rushed past him. "What the hell?" he muttered. Curiosity pulled him forward. He walked toward the light, slowly at first, then faster. Through the rocks, through the sand, and then he saw it. A silver pod, smooth and glowing faintly, half buried in the sand. Heat rose from it. Strange symbols pulsed softly along its sides. Ethan's heart pounded. It looked like something out of a movie, but this was no movie. Then, the pod opened. A soft hiss filled the night, and a panel lifted up like a petal blooming. Someone stepped out, a girl. She looked about his age, tall, slender, long hair falling over her shoulders like silver silk. Her skin was pale, smooth, and glimmered faintly in the moonlight. She wasn't wearing much, just a torn, shining fabric that clung to her like liquid light. Her eyes, they were the only thing that wasn't human. They looked normal at first, until they caught the starlight. Then they shimmered like galaxies. She shivered in the cold desert air, wrapping her arms around herself. When she saw Ethan, she stumbled back, frightened but weak. Her voice was soft, a little shaky. "Please, cover me." Without a second thought, Ethan rushed forward, took off his jacket, and wrapped it around her shoulders. She clutched it tightly, her fingers trembling. Hey, it's okay," Ethan said softly. "I won't hurt you." She looked up at him, and for a moment it felt like time stopped. Those strange, starry eyes were full of something he couldn't explain. Fear, hope, a touch of light. Ethan led her carefully to his old repair cabin. It wasn't much, just a small wooden room with tools, a heater, and a couch that creaked when you sat on it. But it was warm. She sat down slowly, her bare feet curled up on the rug, clutching his jacket like a shield. The heater's glow reflected in her eyes, making them look almost human. Ethan handed her a bottle of water. She turned it in her hands, confused. "It's safe," he said. "Drink." She unscrewed the cap awkwardly, sniffed it, then took a sip. Her eyes widened. "It tastes soft," she whispered. Ethan almost laughed. "It's just water. I've read about this," she said suddenly. "Earth, humans," he froze. "What did you just say?" She looked at him with those shimmering eyes. "I'm not from here. I came from far away. My name is Lyra." He stared at her. She looked completely human now, except for the way she spoke. Calm, perfect, like she had learned the language from somewhere else. "You're saying you're an alien?" he asked. Lyra tilted her head. "That's what you call us." Ethan ran a hand through his hair, trying to process. He'd always dreamed of something extraordinary happening. "But this was real. Why are you here?" he asked. She lowered her eyes. "I ran away. From what?" Lyra hesitated. "My people don't believe in love. Emotions are forbidden. We are raised to serve a system. But I wanted to feel. I wanted to be free. So I escaped." Her voice trembled slightly on the last word. Ethan felt a strange pull in his chest. "Then you came to the right planet," he said softly. Lyra looked at him again. And this time, she smiled. A small, fragile smile that lit up the room more than the heater did. Over the next few days, Lyra stayed hidden in Ethan's cabin. He brought her clothes, food, and everything she needed to blend in. She learned fast. She loved the way rain felt on her skin, even though the first drop had startled her. She loved the sound of music playing from his old radio. She loved watching people from a distance when they drove by. But what fascinated her most was Ethan. Why do you do this? She asked one evening as they sat on the porch. Do what? Help me. You don't even know me. Ethan thought for a moment. Because you looked like you needed it. That's not logical, he chuckled. No, it's human. She tilted her head. I think I like it. There were moments when Lyra looked at him like she was trying to understand him, like she wanted to learn everything about being human. She asked him about laughter, about pain, about dreams. One night, while they walked through the quiet town, Lyra reached up and let the rain fall on her face. It's cold, she whispered, smiling. But it makes me feel alive. Ethan looked at her, not as an alien, not as a stranger, but as someone beautiful, someone who felt too deeply for a star traveler. But Lyra hadn't come alone. One night, a low hum shook the ground. Ethan woke up to see a strange black craft hovering far in the desert, its lights searching. Lyra's face went pale. They found me, she whispered. Who? My people. They'll take me back, she began to tremble. Ethan grabbed her hand. No, I won't let that happen, but she shook her head. You don't understand. They are stronger. They can erase your memory if they have to. Ethan clenched his fists. Then we'll run. Lyra's heart ached. She had learned something on Earth she had never known before. Attachment. She didn't want to leave. Not now. Not when she finally felt something real. They jumped into his old pickup truck, the engine roaring to life. The desert blurred past as they drove under the moonlight. Behind them, the craft followed silently like a shadow. Lyra held on to Ethan, her heartbeat echoing fast. They'll catch us, she whispered. Not if I can help it. The storm rolled in, rain slashing across the windshield. Thunder roared like the sky itself was protecting them. Then, in a sudden flash, a beam of light shot down in front of the truck, forcing Ethan to stop. 3 figures appeared in the rain, tall, wearing dark suits, faces blank. Lyra gasped. They'll take me! No, Ethan said, stepping in front of her. Over my dead body. The figure in the center raised a hand. This is not your concern, human. She belongs to us. Lyra stepped forward, clutching Ethan's hand tightly. No, I don't belong to anyone. Lightning flashed across the sky. The world seemed to hold its breath. Lyra looked at Ethan. His hair was soaked, his eyes burning with determination. She had never seen anyone stand for her like that. No one ever had, Lyra, the figure said. Come home. This is home now, she whispered. Here, she turned to Ethan, voice shaking. Ethan, if I go with them, you'll forget me. They'll erase everything. But if I stay, they'll keep hunting us. Ethan's chest tightened. He didn't know how to explain the feeling in words. In just a short time, she had become a part of his world, of his heart. Then we run forever, he said. Together. Her eyes filled with tears, real tears. She had never cried before coming here. She reached up, placed her glowing hand on his cheek, and kissed him softly under the storm. It wasn't like any kiss he'd ever felt, warm, light, electric. It felt like touching the stars themselves. The figures faded back into the light. Whether they gave up or decided to let her go, Ethan didn't know. But the sky cleared as the storm passed, leaving the desert quiet again. Lyra leaned her head against his shoulder as the first light of dawn touched the sand. Her eyes no longer glowed so brightly. They looked more human now. You gave me something no one else ever did, she whispered. What's that? He asked softly. Freedom, love, he smiled, holding her close. Then let's make a life here. Just us. They drove off into the rising sun. 2 souls from different worlds, bound by something that needed no language. Love. Years later, people in town would talk about a quiet couple living on the edge of the desert, a woman with eyes that seemed to hold a light of their own. No one knew where she came from, but Ethan did. And every night when she looked up at the stars, she whispered, I'm finally home.